Hey guys, what's going on here? It's in the afternoon here in good old California. So today I'm going to talk about my new phone, give you about a 4-day impressions of it, a little review anyway. And we'll go from there. I want to show you, I got my old phone here that I've been using for close to 11 months now. The good old Nexus 4. Whoops, as I'm dropping it as I'm trying to unlock it. And so that was my old phone as of last Wednesday. And today, Wednesday, I got the big, giant Galaxy Note 3 on AT&T. So quite a big difference between these two phones. Stock Android, TouchWiz. Big difference, big size difference, big everything different. Was dead set probably 2.5 weeks ago of getting the Nexus 5 or whatever it's going to be called. But started watching some videos on the Note 3 and was very impressed with what I saw. And a week later I was able to get it. I am keeping this. Usually I get rid of my phones when I get a new one, sell them on eBay or something, but I'm going to keep this because it's stock Android, and we know that KitKat is literally maybe weeks away, maybe. Sometime this month they're supposed to show off the new one, is the rumors anyway. But I'm going to keep it, so when the 4.4 does come out, I can rock this for a little while. Might even throw my SIM card back in it and check it out for a while, or this way I don't feel like I'm losing out on anything, because one of the reasons I bought this was for the updates. And so by keeping this, I'm going to feel like I kind of got both of the worlds, I guess. So anyway, been a great phone for 11 months. Never owned a phone longer than 8 months, so 11 months said something about this phone. Fantastic phone. So we're going to put that over here. I'm going to keep it because I want to look at it here in a little bit. Anyway, Note 3, Samsung Galaxy Note 3. Been out for a couple weeks on AT&T. And I'm not going to go over specs with it or anything. I don't do that. There's 1,000 videos out there that do the same thing, that tells you every inch of this thing. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to talk about the build quality, camera screen and some TouchWiz stuff and some of the S Pen stuff, and then just leave it at that. So first thing I'm going to talk about is build quality. I'm someone who doesn't care if a phone's made out of plastic, if it's made out of glass on both sides. I don't really care if it's made out of metal or anything else. I really don't, as long as I don't want to pick it up and look at the seams and go, wow, the seams don't look like they're together well, or every time I pick it up and give it a little squeeze, it's creaking and cracking here. To me, that's a cheap phone. If a phone doesn't do that, it's not cheap. I had my last Samsung phone was the Galaxy S3. Thought it was a fantastic phone. Build quality wise, yeah, it's made out of plastic and was very light. To me, I don't care. Build quality is not top notch, is not up on that list of things that I look for in a phone. Yeah, I want it to be a nice quality, but I don't need it. If it's made out of plastic, if it's made out of glass, if it's made out of metal, I don't care. Because I just don't want to pick it up and go, wow, yeah, this thing, I'm afraid I'm going to squeeze it too hard, it's going to blow up on me. So I love the quality of this phone. It's got this really cool little, whoops, I'm off with on camera, little metal band. I don't know if that's quite metal or plastic. It's got, you can see these little ridges on it. I really like that. I think it's a nice touch. It makes it look nice. If you can see the physical home button. Haven't had a home button. Let's see if I can figure out which side. Haven't had a physical home button in a long time because I got the on-screen buttons. I'm another person. I don't really care if it's got one or not. I'd like to see maybe in the future having to do something like this in the future, maybe, but this button is what Samsung does. It's what Samsung is. It's fine. I have no problem with it at all. I do have one of the loose ones like everybody else does. but you know, it's still there. Hopefully it stays around. The 2 touch capacitive buttons work great. I'm finding I like the back button on this side more than I like it over here. It's a little more natural for me. I like it just fine. I don't hate it. I don't, you know, absolutely love it. It works just fine. I did get the black because of what people were saying about this faux leather back on here. You know, the back, see if we can get up there and we can get some lights. It's got a texture to it and a cool little stitching. I actually like it. I touch this thing and I swear it feels like leather to me. You know, I work around cars. I know what leather seats feel like. Yeah, it doesn't quite feel like that, but it doesn't feel like plastic to me, even though I kind of know that it is. It fools me. People that I've shown this phone to have looked at it and go, wow, that's leather. And I go, no, it's not. It's like a plastic. But they're like, no, you know, they're like, wow, that's nice. It looks like leather. I think it's a nice touch for Samsung. Whether you hate it or not, I don't know, but I like it. It's nice. Makes the phone look nice and elegant. I don't know what the white one feels like, so I really don't know what the difference is, but like I said, it gives it a nice look. Thin phone. Like, I'm just very surprised how thin this is. Next to my N4, if you see if I can do this on camera, if I'm not off camera on here. Can't quite tell. I'm trying to think of what I got, but it is thinner than my Nexus 4. Actually, you can kind of tell right there to a point. If I can hold them up, it is thinner. Not a lot, but it's thinner than my Nexus 4. At least last time when I put it on a nice flat surface and I looked at it, and it was thinner. Quite surprised at that. Love it. It's just insanely. It's the build quality is, to me, is top notch. It's just what I am hoping for. Another thing that I'm liking too is, and you can't tell, these little chrome edges right here. There's a lip. So when this thing's sitting on there, it's sitting on that lip and it's not sitting on the glass. This thing, because of the round corners, when you put it down, it's sitting on the glass. That's how you get scratches. So again, the design build quality of this phone is top notch. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna go to the camera. I'm gonna go talk to the screen about the screen in a minute, but I'm gonna talk about the camera first. 13 megapixel camera, 8 megapixel camera. It's a good camera on this. I know a lot of people on the forums and stuff don't like it. I personally do like it, especially when it's a nice sunny day. I've taken really, really good pictures. I've shown people those pictures and they were like, "Why did you take that with a digital camera?" I'm like, "No, I took it with my phone." You know, there's a lot of people that don't like it, and there are a lot of people that think that it's just okay. I think it's above just okay. In low light situation, you know, like most phones, it's not going to work very good, and this is a big example of this. This does not do good in low light. But overall, for this 8 megapixel camera, I was very happy with it. Camera is low on my list again of things I want on a phone or that are important to me. So I'll whip out, take a picture, and wow, that looks pretty good, and off I go. This, I was very impressed with the pictures. I have not taken a lot of pictures with this yet, but what I have taken has been excellent. Just, I don't know, but they look fantastic. I've done some low light pictures with this, with the night mode, which is what, image stability or something like that, and have come away going, that looks pretty good. You know, they don't look great, but they don't look bad. I mean, darker it is, worse it gets. But I took some pictures that were, in fact, let's go in there and see if I can't at least show you some of these low light pictures. Oops, if I can keep it down on camera. I'm looking at the phone and not the pointing through the camera, so without the glare, you can kind of see. But that was, you know, these pictures aren't, there's my finger, fantastic. Like this room, it was darker than that. So you know, there's some graininess to it, but overall not bad. And I think I've got some that were even darker. Yeah, I'm saying my Skittles bag, some video. There's one picture I took. It's hard to see, but it's dark in this area. It's like really shady and stuff. So picture came out looking crisp. These were some you know, it was not that light outside. It was probably 6 something in the morning. It was not that light outside. And that one, you can see there is graininess in that. That's when it was even darker. That, you know, on camera it actually doesn't look as good as it does on the phone. But low light pictures I've been happy with them. I don't take a lot of low light pictures. Don't need to, but picture I have taken, if you saw, I haven't done a lot out in nice sunny conditions, but what I've seen has been fantastic. I'm very, 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 very happy with it. Kind of does make me want, well, maybe camera is a little bit more important for me than I thought. So great camera. Let's go to obviously the screen. Big 5.7 inch 1080p screen. Looks beautiful. This is only 720 4.7 inch, I believe, and it's 720p, and so this one is 318 ppi, and I think this is 386. Some people aren't happy about that because it's like, why isn't it 441 like the Galaxy S4? And you know, I was watching a video on that today. I guess Samsung took the same 5-inch screen at the S4 and just stretched it, and they didn't really, you know, which caused it to not to have the 441 ppi, but it went down to 386 or something like that. But it's still an improvement from 318. So for me, the screen is absolutely fantastic. Its screen is probably second on my list of what I want a phone to have, and you can't on YouTube here will not give it justice at all. You've got to get your hands on this and look at it. That's where you're gonna go, wow, that looks pretty darn good. So yeah, big screen, beautiful screen. And so let's go into, well, we are into good old TouchWiz. Again, been using stock Android for a while. Love stock Android. Don't love it. I can't say I don't love it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. To me, it's kind of boring. But you know, you add a few launchers and apps and stuff, then it's not boring anymore. TouchWiz, I don't love it and I don't hate it. But I do like it. I have actually been running TouchWiz on this for the 4 days. I did throw Nova on there for a little while. Right there, you know, I have it, so I'm playing around with it. But TouchWiz to me is okay. It's fine. I'm not picky about that kind of stuff. If it works, it works. There are a few things that I don't like about it. You know, when you have, I don't like the green with the blue. I'd like it to be a different color, but you know, that's nitpicking. Let's see. Let's go. What am I looking for? Settings. I like the settings. I like the tabs. Took me a while to get used to, like, okay, what am I looking for and where is it gonna be? But I like that. I like it a little bit better than stock Android, where you just got all this. You got to flip through your phone till you find something. But there's so many things involved with their Samsung phones. You know, with all the stuff that they add, they really need to add sections like that, which makes it complicated. Sometimes I'm trying to look for something particular and I don't know where it's at. That'd be nicer if Samsung can clean that up a little bit. But it's TouchWiz. You know, I think the icons look fine. You know, there's not much I can say that I hate about it. It's been running fine. I have not really had any kind of lag whatsoever. Yes, I will get a stutter here and there. a little, whoop, it stuttered there just a tad bit, or some, opening up an app or something. It'll do that a little bit here and there. I had it on this phone. Granted that when 4.3 came out, all of it went away. I had lag when I would go into my app drawer and go into my widgets. I would have lag, and it was like that until I got 4.3, and then 4.3 came in and it completely got rid of it. I have not noticed really any kind of lag on here where I'd go, ooh, I don't like that, but I might get a little stutter, very, little micro stutter here and there, which is fine, This one, I've seen that happen even after 4.3 here and there. Once in a while, something just kind of doesn't like something. So, or the people who say you got lag and stuff, well, maybe it's an app causing it. I don't know. I don't have any. So, to me, that I'm perfectly fine. Going back to my home screen, which is fine by me. If it had a lot of lag and stutter, I'd try to find and either not have the phone, or I'd definitely be using a launcher. Lag does bother me, especially with the stuff that's in these phones, the processors, and they shouldn't lag at all. But I have not run into any at this point in time. We'll see how 6 months goes. I bought this phone because it is considered a phablet, and I want to use the S Pen. If I just want a phone, then I would have kept this and got the Nexus 5 that when it came out. If I just wanted a phone, but I really liked what I was seeing with the S Pen. If I can get it out, it is the S Pen is a little hard to get out. I didn't have the second one, so I don't know how it felt. But you just use your fingernail and you just yank it out. And my screen went off because I turned it off. Let's do that again. See, there we go. And then you drop the pen. I'm not going to go into the S Pen or any of that kind of stuff. I bought it because of this, because some of the things that, the S Memo is something that I use at work. I'm going to need to write down some numbers instead of putting them on my hand. So I'm like, wow, that's cool. I would use that. I've been using a lot of the scrapbook lately. As you can see, some stuff there's my case that I'm getting right there. That's the case that I've ordered from Amazon. It might be here sometime this week. I know it's shipped. I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for it. No stores in my town have a case for this thing, but I scrapbooked it. And then I was playing around with some other stuff. So I definitely use scrapbook. I think it's a fantastic thing. I'm not really using anything else at the moment. I'm looking to see if it's got sketchbook, which is kind of cool. I had a buddy of mine sketch a picture. I'll go in there. So if you're kind of into sketching, that's what he sketched. I don't know. He's all into kind of anime stuff like this, and he did this in like a minute and a half. He was just da 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 da. That was kind of cool. Really, he thought that was neat. So if you're into sketching and stuff, this thing is really great. I just like the little things that just by hovering over, you see things like that happen. And so there's a lot of times I'll just pull out the S Pen and I'm using it to do everything. Even when you text message, as you can see, I was looking at cases or screen protectors, and you see that little thing, and whoo, I guess that comes up. But I can sit there and write, and it'll actually, so let's go to see if I can spell Android Central. Well, we didn't quite get the C in there. It's probably my writing, but we do have Android Central. I do that a lot. I don't know. I just like it. It's neat. Do I need to? No, but it's just neat. And by the way, this just looks fantastic on the screen too. And I only have this thing at auto. Let's brighten this thing up a little bit. It's just beautiful, and I haven't used an AMOLED screen in a while, so the blacks compared to this are just, well, we all know blacks are pitch black because they don't have to light black up. Whites could be a little whiter, yeah, but it's just like, that's why I kind of have a black wallpaper, because it just looks fantastic. It's nuts. So, I mean, you know, there's a few S Pens, but that's why I got this thing. You know, I know that there's an HTC Max coming out, but there's no S Pen. It's a giant phone. LG has their big phablet type thing. There's no S Pen. There's no stylus. It's a giant phone. This just makes sense to have a stylus. It's just, and I love it. And it's a nice little stylus too. Sometimes I have to hunt around for the little button. But it's cool, and I'm looking to hopefully maybe find like different ones or something, kind of customize it. That'd be kind of cool. But another thing I do like about TouchWiz is their lock screens. Like, I'm just hovering over, I'm not even touching the screen. But I like their lock screens. And this is for running 4.3 out of the box, so you do have your widgets. Oh, that's what. So you do have your widgets. By the way, that's a TV remote that I use to work my TV. What is it called? It's actually called Watch On. It works. I have a Samsung TV. It's fantastic. I love it. I couldn't believe it worked the first time. I'm like, this is so cool. Granted, I don't really use it a lot, but it's there when I want to use it. So, you know, that's about the S Pen. I'm not gonna get into, like I said, the details about the little things you can do with it. I mean, I'm telling you, just like, I like it. It's cool, and you might too. See, I'm going on 21 minutes, so I'm gonna get ready to end this thing here. Again, videos on this screen look fantastic. You can't tell on YouTube, but they do videos, pictures. It's just a screen. I don't hate TouchWiz. I actually kind of like TouchWiz to a point. I'm not using Nova yet. I'm sure I will, but then I'm a little OCD, and I always will go back and forth 1,000 times. Trying to think of if there's anything else that stands out. When you've heard, when I pulled this out, it made the lightsaber, and then when I put it in, it makes the thing. That's an app called S Pen Toolbox. It's a little separate than from the phone, obviously, but it's free. There's a pro version. It's free on the App Store. And that's where you can play sound when it comes out and play sound when it goes in. And there's a lot of little things in there. So S Pen Toolbox. When I upload this, I'll try to remember to put that in there. Free on the Play Store. So with that, I'm going to talk about battery life. Battery life on this, it's got a 22 milliamp battery. I'm on, data all day at work. I get home, I can do about 18 hours, because when I get home I'm instantly on Wi-Fi. So when I get home, and at the end of the night when I want to plug this in, I've got 16, 17, 18 hours on it, with maybe 2.5 hours of screen time. I've pushed 3 before. To me, it's perfectly fine, because it goes an entire day, and I'm happy. After work, I'll come home and I got 30% left, maybe 25, but around 30 to 35 sometimes, most of the time. And when I go home, it lasts a lot longer because I'm on Wi-Fi, and it can give me longer if I'm on my Nexus 7 more than I'm on this. So I've been happy with that. That works fine for me. This has a 32 milliamp battery, I believe it is, 32 or 33. Crazy battery life. Crazy. The first day after a full charge, what was I on? I can't remember. I know I was up at that 18-hour mark. I'm sure I could have gone, and I think I had 20% battery left, easy, and I had close to 4 hours of on-screen time. In fact, the first day I had this, I think I had about 55-57% that it came with. I played with my phone for 4 hours. I had 4 hours of on-screen time for total, and the phone was only on for 5 hours. That was pretty damn good for Wi-Fi. So I charged it sometime yesterday, and So my phone has been on for 19 hours. I'm at 57%. And I'm at 3 hours, 9 minutes. I've not messed with my phone a lot today. It's my day off, so I've been sleeping and stuff. And playing with my Nexus 7. So if I'm at 3 hours already, and I still have 57%, I know. I mean, I don't like to charge my phone unless I'm around, 10 to 15%, sometimes 5. I usually will let it go down to 5. So if I've got 45% left, I probably won't charge it tonight, but then I'm going to need to charge it sometime tomorrow at work. So I can't run this thing down in my use in a day. My use is, as you can see, actually not a whole lot going on in there. So what I use my phone for basically is Google Plus. I'm on Google Plus 100,000 million times a day, responding and stuff. Got constant notifications, as you can see, they're always going off. A few text messages, 1 5-minute phone call, maybe 1 or 2 minute phone calls. I may watch a 5-10 minute YouTube video. Not so much now. I will, because I'm on Wi-Fi, but as soon as I'm off of that, I gotta watch it because I'm getting my cap. I'm at I think like 70% of my data. I got a couple more days, so I just want to watch that a little bit. And I check these little news feeds and things like that. But I just kind of do that same thing over and over and over and over and all day long. So I'm not a heavy user. I can borderline moderate user if it's a slow day. So I'm sure I can get 5-6 hours of screen time probably pretty easy, especially on Wi-Fi. I would think if I can get 5 hours and 18 hours on before I run out of battery, that's pretty dang good. So battery is freaking amazing, especially for a phone this big. It's freaking amazing. Very, very happy with it. Another thing is, just one more thing. I'm at 27 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I can talk forever about Android phones. 3G. When I bought it, no 4G. Didn't miss it, to be honest with you. Really didn't miss 4G at all. Was pulling down anywhere from 6 megabytes per second, and then I don't know if it was the 4.3 update or maybe they updated some things around my town, but I was pulling around 12 on HSPA Plus here. So I'm back on 4G now. 4G in my area is not fantastic. I'm doing around 12, 13, 14, can get up to 20 sometimes, which is fine. But it's nice to have it again, I guess. It's, even when I have 1 or 2 bars, it's loading up faster than this one when I've got 4 or 5 bars. So, but anyway, guys, that's it. So I'm extremely happy with this phone. I'm used to the size. Like, I saw it a couple days before I got it at Best Buy, and got my hands on it and was actually very surprised how it didn't feel huge to me. I wish I had my Nexus 7 with me. That's how I thought it was going to feel like, just that big, but it didn't, and I got used to it to the point to where 5-10 minutes after using this felt small. 4.7 inches felt small. I can understand when people say then they go to a Note, they won't go back to a smaller phone. I'm one of you guys now. I can't go back to something smaller. Love the features of this. Still learning the features. There are some of the gimmicks in there that I do use. Like I do use when I'm text messaging my wife and I decide to call her. All I have to do is put the phone up to my ear and it calls her. I like the little things like that. I'm playing around with the gestures in there and seeing if I'm going to want to use them or not. If not, you turn them off. No big deal. Yeah, there was a lot of bloatware on here. Obviously no bloatware, but I just went in there and I disabled most of them. There's probably a few more I can do. Do I really need usage manager and a few little things? Yeah, I can probably turn them off, but I got 32 gigs here. I'm 16 out of 16 on this. I still have 12. It's not that important to me. A lot of my stuff is on the cloud, but it's nice to have it there. So yeah, it comes with bloatware. That's what you get when you buy one of these phones. If you complain about it, then don't buy one of these phones. There's a lot of people, oh, it's got so much bloatware. Well, then do something about it and don't get the phone. I don't know why you're complaining about it if you know what you're getting. Sorry, a little rant there. I disabled them. It's fine. I used to root when I had the Galaxy S4. When I had the LG Optimus G for a while. Didn't root that. This is unlocked. You can't tell. Never rooted it. Kind of just got burnt out on it. Didn't need it anymore. Not gonna do it with this. I know that there's weird stuff in there that happens when you root it, and I know that they're finding ways around it right now, but I'm on the next plan, so in 12 months I'm giving this back to get probably the next one, and I don't want to mess any of that up. But I'm quite happy. I mean, like I said, I can put Nova Launcher on here and do some little tweaks, and to me it's a brand new phone. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. I love this phone. It is fantastic. Is it perfect? No. Is this perfect? No. I've never owned a perfect phone. I can find flaws. I can find flaws in this. But it meets my needs, and it does what I want, and it's been doing it fine. So just kind of a warning right there. And you too might get the jiggly button ones too. It doesn't bother me. I do play around with it a little bit. Hopefully it's still there in 12 months. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I know I'm at 31 minutes. I apologize for that. I can talk about this stuff all day. Anyway, guys, and hopefully I didn't say the word a million times like I did in my last video. I probably did. Right as I'd say it right there. Guys, thanks a lot for watching, and if you want me to talk about some stuff, let me know, because I want to get into the camera options more. There's a ton of them. Here, there's basic stuff, which is okay. Here, there's a ton of them, and I want to get in there and learn how to use them, and maybe I'll do a separate video on that when I learn them. Hopefully that's soon. Anyway, guys, again, thanks for watching. I'm going to post this up on YouTube and on my G Plus page. So again, appreciate you watching, and have a great day.